Hello. My name is Walter Wingtip. I happen to be a very famous backcountry pilot. Today I am going to discuss with you what you need to know about backcountry flying. We are going to do this by reviewing the top 3 rules of backcountry flying. Rule number 1. Know your pilot. If you do not know your pilot, you should arrange to hang out with your pilot and party together. If you are members of the opposite sex, developing an intimate relationship with your pilot is just the thing to create confidence. If you are not members of the opposite sex, give your pilot some of your medical marijuana. Be sure to have plenty of munchies on hand. This always works. On the other hand, if you know your pilot and he is someone who does not value flying sober, you may have a reason to be concerned. A good thing to do is to bring the breathalyzer to the airport. Insist the pilot blow into the breathalyzer before takeoff. If your pilot refuses to do this, report him to the FAA. This always creates feelings of closeness and goodwill. Rule number 2. Know your airplane. There are 2 kinds of airplanes. Those that can fly and those that cannot fly. If you have a choice, you should try to get on a plane that can fly. This is always the preferred choice. If a plane that flies is not available, then choose a plane that once flew. Look for one with wings, a fuel supply and a propeller. Rule number 3. Know where you are flying. There are 3 main areas you will fly over. These are water, flat land, and mountains. If you are going to fly over water, it is always wise to ask your pilot how much fuel there is in the plane. Running out of fuel over water is always inconvenient. If you are going to fly over mountains, be sure to ask your pilot if he has had practice with what are called pancake landings. You have more of a chance of escaping with only compression fractures of your spine in a good pancake landing. If you are going to fly over flat land, you will want to make sure your pilot avoids areas where there are pissed-off people who are equipped with surface-to-air missiles. This is especially true in areas of the Middle East and Africa. Let me say a word about backcountry airstrips. When searching for a place to land in the backcountry, be alert for spots where you can use a down telephone pole for firewood and where illegal fishing practices are hard to detect. Be sure to pack your .357 Magnum in case a varmint sticks its head into your tent. If this happens, blast him, even if he is a protected species. Let me also address the issue of your camp and how to prepare. Many backcountry flyers bring along dried up food, fresh water and a Bible. These practices, in reality, make the experience much less enjoyable. You should bring Spam, malt whiskey, and pornographic magazines. Why have a double standard? Enjoy life in the backcountry the same way you enjoy life at home. Finally, we should discuss the concept of bombs away. The FAA, of course, makes it illegal to drop stuff out of the plane. Nobody pays attention to this silly regulation. You should feel free to drop whatever you want to out of the plane. Some pilots will, at your request, circle over the home of your ex-girlfriend or the boss who fired you. Be sure to ask your pilot if he will do this, as you will want to bring along matches and bottles of kerosene with soaked rags stuffed in them. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this film on backcountry flying. Remember, the backcountry is your country. Have a safe and enjoyable trip.